do a reading on, it's called Inspired to Run, and it's about a person who ran across Canada. And so, hello, Alabek, how are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Where are you from, Alabek?
I'm from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, awesome. Okay. And we have Anatoly from Russia and Jake from Puerto Rico and Juan from Argentina. So we're definitely an international group right now. So what time is it right now in Kazakhstan, Alabek?
Oh, it's 10 o'clock.
On Saturday?
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm the only one that's still Friday. It's 10 p.m. here, or 5 minutes after 10 here on Friday afternoon, Friday evening. I am actually located in Idaho in the United States. Um,
Okay.
and Idaho is a quite small state. It's large in a land, but small in population. So we have about 3 million people in the entire state, and however, the land size is actually quite big. Um, it's very, very big. Um, so we're part of the northwest part of the U.S., and so we're just south of Canada and just north of Utah, if you guys know anything about the states. So, all right, well, so let's get started. So the topic right now is inspired to run. Question for you guys: do you enjoy running? So, Juan, do you enjoy running?
Yeah, actually, I've been running for almost an hour uh, today, but
Oh,
well, yeah, yesterday.
uh-huh.
But yeah, it was a nice day, so
Mm-hmm.
uh, I was trying to work off a few extra pounds.
Mm-hmm.
so so I really enjoy running.
Okay. And when you run for an hour, how many kilometers is that usually for you?
So almost 6 kilometers.
Okay, awesome. Okay. All right. Jake, how about you? Do you enjoy running? Why or why not?
No. Um, uh, I'm lazy.
Okay. So no, you do not enjoy it because you're lazy. Do you like any type of physical activity?
I like swimming.
Swimming. Okay. All right. And Anatoly, how about you? Do you enjoy running? Why or why not?
Hmm. I also don't enjoy running. I prefer riding on the bicycle.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And I, when I riding on the bicycle, I load to atmosphere of sports with people who are running and who
Mm-hmm.
are riding on the skates and yes, and on the bicycles.
Okay. So you can say I prefer riding on the bicycle. That's totally fine. But you can also say I prefer biking.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, but sometimes people might confuse that with motorbiking. So, but that is a possibility. So, and also for skating, an alternative thing you can say is rollerblading, and that might be only American English. I'm not sure, but so you're around people when you're biking. You can be around joggers or runners or people who are skaters. Question for you: what's the difference between running and jogging? Anybody know?
Jogging is slower.
Okay, jogging is slower. Okay, so Alibek, do you enjoy running? Why or why not?
Well, not really, but we play soccer with my friends.
Uh-huh.
Maybe 1 or 2 times per month.
Okay. So soccer, it takes a lot of running, though, right?
Yes, it's enough for me.
For you. Okay. As much as that is. Okay. Hi, Ellen. Welcome. Alan, I want to introduce you to Alibek. He's from Kazakhstan, and then you know Anatoly from Moscow, and then Jake is from Puerto Rico, and Juan from Argentina. And both Juan and Jake are new to Verbling. And everyone, this is Alan, and he's from Hong Kong. So,
hello everyone. Hello, Holly.
Hello.
hello. So, Alan.
Hello.
So, Alan, do you enjoy running? Why or why not?
I used to enjoy running because I like to do some exercise, but now I don't have much time for running, so sometimes I will keep jogging because it's more relaxed ways for exercise.
Okay. And so, and when you jog, is it slower and shorter as well?
Depends on how much time I can spend for jogging. If I have only, let's say, 15 minutes, maybe I will just jogging around my home. If I have, for example, an hour or a half, I will walk a little bit far away.
Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Also, for those of you guys who are new, please watch the Verbling chat as I will be writing down any language mistakes I hear or any suggestions on other ways of saying the same thing. Hi, Wei. How are you today?
Yeah, very good.
Great. Now, Wei, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Texas.
Texas. Okay. Awesome. So it's actually it's what, 11 p.m. there?
Right. It's 11 p.m.
Okay. So where are you from?
Originally from China.
Okay.
I've been in Texas, East Texas for several years now.
Okay. Well, welcome. Welcome. So I want to introduce you to Juan from Argentina, Jake from Puerto Rico, then Anatoly from Moscow, Russia, Alibek from Kazakhstan, and then we have Alan from Hong Kong.
Okay, so it's great to meet you.
All right. So we are doing a reading exercise today on Inspired to Run. So this is about will be about a man who runs across Canada. So let's go ahead and do some vocabulary. We've got 6 words here that is in the reading. We've got epic, fancy dress, frostbite, agony, ecstatic, and an outcry. Okay. Do you guys know? Does everybody know what all of these words mean?
Okay, I don't know what is ecstatic.
Ecstatic. Excuse me. If a person is ecstatic, they get very, very excited about something. A lot of women will get ecstatic about things that you guys probably would never get ecstatic about. But if you win the lottery, maybe you will get ecstatic, get very, very excited. Okay. Any other words?
Okay. Same as exciting, right?
Excited, yes. Very similar.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other words here?
Yeah, frostbite.
Frostbite. Okay, this is happens in extremely cold areas of the world, maybe in Siberia or in Alaska, and well, most of Russia, all of Scandinavia. And basically, if you have your hands or your fingers or your toes out in the elements, it would get too cold to the point that you can't use them anymore, and they have to cut them off. So if you have frostbite, that's what it really means. And usually it's because you were out without gloves, without proper shoes, things like that. You can get frostbite on your nose as well, on your ears, basically anything. Anatoly, since you're from Moscow, have you seen, or also Alabek too, probably in Kazakhstan, have you seen anybody who has frostbite?
Frostbite. I think it is not common, but it could happen.
Okay.
If we are staying a long time on the frost.
Outside.
For example, it could happen for ear, for cheek.
Yeah. Basically, in the extreme cold, you need to be covered up. So, all right. Any other words? Okay, so let's go ahead and match these. And how I do this is I have each one of you read a definition, and then we'll match that to one of these words. So let's start with Alan. Could you read a letter A? Alan?
Yes. Okay, okay, custom that make you look like a famous person or fictional characters.
Okay.
It should be number
Yes.
2, fancy dress.
Yes. This is British English. Does anybody know what this would be considered in American English? Any idea? In American English, we just use the word costume. And so we'll have, if you hear about a fancy dress party in British English, that means a costume party in American English. Now, Americans, if they hear fancy dress party, they will think maybe somebody looking like Anatoly here in his avatar. They will think dress up very, very fancy. But so we do not know British English very well at all. So okay. B. Alabek, could you read letter B?
Okay. A strong protest.
Okay, and what one is that?
Maybe an outcry.
Perfect, an outcry. Okay, and Anatoly, can you read letter C?
An injury as a result of extended exposure to freezing temperatures. Frostbite.
Frostbite, yes. Okay, and then Jake, could you read letter D?
Yes, extraordinary in scope or size.
So, anybody know what that would be?
Epic.
Epic, yes. Okay. And as far as the pronunciation for, and we've got some people pronounce it exactly how you pronounced it, extraordinary. Some people pronounce it extraordinary. So I think the more common way to pronounce it would be extraordinary. But I do hear it the way you pronounced it too, Jake. Okay. Juan, can you read the next one?
Sure.
Letter E.
Extremely happy or excited.
Okay. And that would be?
Ecstatic.
Ecstatic, yes. And then Hui.
Yes.
F.
F. Great pain. It's the last one.
Yep. Agony. Okay. Okay, so we're going to read an article about a British man called Jamie McDonald who ran across Canada. So let's predict the answers to the questions and then read the text on the page. Let's just kind of use our imaginations. We're just trying to practice English anyway. So why do you think Jamie decided to run across Canada? Anybody have a guess? So Jake, what is your guess?
He was bored.
Okay, he was bored. Good one. Good one. Wei, what is your guess?
I guess maybe just passion.
Excuse me?
Passion.
Passion. Okay. So let's write these guesses. He was bored. For passion. Okay. Passion as in what? Passion for a cause or a person? Can you expand that a little?
I didn't read it. That's the guess.
Excuse me?
Because I didn't read the material yet.
Yeah. I know, and no one read it, so I don't think anybody read it. Okay, Alan, what is your guess?
Maybe for charity, fundraising.
Fundraising, okay. Fundraising for a cause, okay. Okay, and Anatoly, what do you think?
Maybe he employed social role as a person who is who made advertisement for health style of life.
Okay.
Healthy style of life.
Okay, so he did it for the publicity. Publicity. Okay, Juan, what do you think?
Maybe he wanted to break a record.
Okay, break a record. That's a good idea. And Alabek, what is your guess?
Yes, I totally agree with all that.
Okay.
I think he done it for the charity.
Okay.
Because yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When I thought to myself, oh, he's the last person. He's probably not going to have any other ideas. So awesome. Okay. Thank you very much. Number 2. What's your guess? How long did it take him? A year, 2 years, 6 months? Anatoly, what do you say? What do you think?
I remember about Forrest Gump. He did it for years, but in that case, it could be 6 months.
Okay, so let's guess 6 months. Okay. Anybody else have another guess? What do you think, Wei?
Probably 1 year.
1 year, okay.
9 months.
9 months, okay. Okay, anybody else have another guess?
3 months
3
because
months,
he wants to break a record.
okay. Yeah, oh yes, 3 months because of the record breaking, okay. And, okay, so what do you think he wore?
Short pants.
Shorts?
Shorts.
Shorts, okay. Of course, if it was for publicity, he could have worn, you know, clothing that people provided for him.
I think he was wearing with a costume or fancy dress.
So a costume, fancy dress, okay. Well, that makes sense because that's one of the words they taught us. So, okay.
I think he must be wear some kind of GPS system so that avoid lost his way.
Mm-hmm. That's actually probably a smart idea for him to have done. Okay. Hey, and how do you think he paid for it? Any idea? Any guess there? So, Alan, what do you think?
Maybe if I were him, maybe I will bring credit card and for some cash and some cash.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Credit and cash. Okay. Anybody else have any ideas? Any guess?
Bank robber.
Maybe
Okay, so he robbed banks on the way. That's pretty good. Robbed banks. Okay, and somebody else was saying something?
maybe he received his money from the people who confession with him.
So maybe like a sponsorship.
Confession. Yes.
So maybe a corporate sponsorship. Okay, let's go to the next one. What problems did he encounter on the run?
Maybe the weather.
Weather? Okay. Any other ideas?
Water intake.
Okay. Okay, anybody else? Okay, let's go to number 6. How did he feel at the end of the run?
Very happy.
Very happy. So what's another word that we learned up in the last exercise that means happy?
Ecstatic.
Yeah, so let's use that as the answer. It probably is the answer. Ecstatic. Okay, and which film does he describe as one of the best films in the world? Any guess?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, probably. Since they have mentioned Forrest Gump in the reading, maybe possibly so. So let's go ahead and read this. Real life Forrest Gump, Jamie McDonald at the end of his epic 5,000-mile run across Canada. Okay, so what we're going to do is each person here will read at least one paragraph, and if there's any pronunciation issues, I will let you know. And then if you don't know a word, please let me know, and I will make sure you understand the word. Okay? So let's start out with Alan. If you could read the first paragraph. Bear with me while I get that. Okay.
Okay. He is a real-life Forrest Gump, but Jimmy McDonald will finally stop running on Monday. After traveling more than 5,000 miles from one coast of Canada to the others. attracting dozens of people to jog along with him on the way.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Uh,
So to jog. Go ahead. Make sure you pronounce the whole thing. To jog along.
Jog.
Jog. Yeah. Okay. Number 2. Alabek, can you read that one?
Okay. On the epic journey, which began 11 months ago, he nearly lost his nose to frostbite, was beaten up and robbed, and permanently damaged one of his feet. When he dives into the Pacific Ocean, he will become the first person in history to run from Canada's east to west coast without a support team.
Okay, perfect. All right, Anatoly, number 3.
Okay. In the process, Mr. MacDonald, 27, from Gloucester, has raised more than £100 for hospitals in the UK and Canada. His way of paying back the Children's Hospital medical staff who saved him from the life-threatening illness called Syringomyelia.
Okay, and I'm not going to worry about this pronunciation because I don't know how to pronounce it either. But this one right here, the number he would say he has raised more than 100,000 pounds. So 100,000 pounds. Okay.
Yes, 100,000.
Yeah. And syringomyelia is probably how it's pronounced, but I don't know. Okay, number 4, Jake.
He set off on his Canada trip in fancy dress as superhero The Flash, despite the fact he'd never really run before and didn't do any training. I just can't believe it's over, Mr. McDonald, a former tennis coach, said as he prepared for the final 35 miles.
Okay, excellent. And number 5, Juan.
I really want to get the message across that if you just try, you can do anything. There is one drug that's better than any medicine, and that's inspiration.
Okay, thank you. And Wei, number 6.
He spent most of the first 9 years of his life in hospital. Sometimes I wouldn't be able to move my legs. At 9 years old, I started to move my body again. I'm really, really lucky. The symptoms.
Okay, bear with me.
The symptoms disappeared. I love to move, he said. Running across Canada is my way of trying to give back to the hospital.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. By the way, if you could turn up your mic a little bit, it's sometimes hard to hear you. So, okay, and number 7, I will read that. But Mr. McDonald, who in 2012 cycled 14,000 miles from the Thai capital Bangkok to Gloucester, UK, getting shot at and arrested on the way, may pay a high price for his latest adventure. At Winnipeg, after running 140 marathons, he developed chronic tendinitis. He was advised to stop, but after a week's break, he ran on in agony for day after day, month after month, every single step. Okay, number 8. Alan, could you read that?
Okay. I am ecstatic that I have finished, he said, but added, I'm sad that it is over, as it has been such a big part of my life and I'm uncertain about what happens next.
Okay, so I'm ecstatic.
Ecstatic.
Ecstatic, okay.
Thanks.
Right. Thank you. Number 9, Alabek. Could you read that?
Okay. Can you please to scroll up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
How's that?
That's good. Okay. When he was robbed in Banff, a ski resort west of Calgary, he lost most of his possessions, but they were returned, minus some cash after a public outcry. He paid for the run out of money he had saved up to buy a house, but said he felt like Canada was right behind me every step of the way.
Okay, so when he was robbed in in Banff, a ski resort, west.
Ski. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Number 10, Anatoly.
Okay. Thinking about all the people that have helped me, whether it was offering a bed or handing me a coffee, he said. It brings a tear to my eye. And as for Forrest Gump, Mr. McDonald's, who hopes to become a motivational speaker, said, I love it. I've watched it about 10 times. It's one of the best films in the world.
Okay, so did you guys get anything right when you guessed? So I think it was 11 months that it took him. So nobody got that one. And what was the reason that he decided to run? Does anybody remember the answer for that?
Great.
Syringomyelia.
Yeah. So it was for and he was fundraising actually for a cause, or at least he made some money for a cause. So that would be the reason. Okay. And in 11 months, what did he wear? Anybody remember what he was wearing?
Fancy dress.
Okay, fancy dress. Do you remember the exact costume it was?
Yes, it was custom.
It was what?
With some character from the Flash.
Flash, yes. Okay.
I think Flash is a name of a superhero, right?
Yes, it's a superhero. I don't know which superhero it is though, frankly, but yeah, it's a superhero of some kind. Okay. All right, and the next question, and how did he pay for the run? Anybody remember that one?
He paid it from the money that he saved for buying house.
Yes. So he paid it from his savings. Oops, sorry. So from his savings, okay. And what problems did he encounter on the run? So we were thinking weather, water intake. What are some other things that he encountered?
He got injured.
Excuse me? He got injuries? Okay, injuries. Uh-huh. So
He was beaten up.
Mm-hmm. Injuries, beaten up.
He has some tendon.
Excuse me?
Tendon, or how it's called. With his knee, tendon.
Tandem?
Symptom.
Symptom. Okay, yeah. So he through his injuries, he got some symptoms of his injuries. He was also robbed, and he also got frostbite. Okay. Right. And how did he feel at the end of the run?
He felt
ecstatic.
ecstatic.
Yeah, but he was glad it was over. So we got the number 6 and number 7 completely correct. Which film did he describe as one of the best films in the world? Forrest Gump. Okay, so question for you guys. First of all, number 1, have you seen Forrest Gump? And number 2, would you think it was the best film in the world? Do you guys agree with him? Is it a good film?
Yep.
I think Forrest Gump is one of the best film in the world.
Oh, you do think that?
Mhm.
Okay. Does anybody not like Forrest Gump? So everybody likes it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's look through these. Just check the understanding. We've got put true or false next to each of the following statements. And number 1, Ellen, could you read number 1?
Okay. Jimmy Madonna ran completely along for the road generally
For the whole journey.
for the whole journey. Okay. Yes, he won. Not compete alone because he mentioned some people helping him
Mm-hmm.
in the journey,
Mm-hmm.
giving a place to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
offering a bed, and handing him a coffee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So many people jogged beside him and helped him out. So, but he had no corporate sponsor or no team that worked with him. Okay.
Yes.
Jamie is the first person to run across Canada. Is that true or false?
False.
Oh, false. Okay. Talk to me. Why is it false?
Because it says that he was the first without people helping him.
Okay. So first without a support team. Perfect. So first without a support team. Okay. Number 3, Alabek. Can you read that?
James Run raised more than 100,000 pounds for hospitals.
Okay. Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
Okay. Okay, and number 4, Anatoly.
He was well prepared for the run. I think it's true.
True, okay. And number 5, Jake.
Number 5. As a child, he spent 9 years in hospital. False. Because he didn't spend the entire time in hospital, only almost all of it.
Okay, actually it's true. He spent 9 years in hospital, but it wasn't. He didn't spend the entire time. So I think number 4, he was mentally prepared, but he didn't actually do any training. Number 5, it is true, but I can see what you're saying as well too, Jake, because he didn't spend every single waking moment of his 9 years in the hospital. So, okay, number 6, Juan.
In 2012, he cycled from Southwest Asia to the UK. I think it's true.
True, yeah. And how was he able to do that? Did he go through the Middle East?
I think that to Bangkok could be.
So I guess there's enough land he could have done that. So okay. Number 7. Hui, could you read that one?
The rover gave back his possession because he didn't need them.
Okay. Is that true or false?
To a guess for
False. Okay. What actually happened?
children.
Do you remember what happened? It's in paragraph 9. Anybody remember?
Yes, he was robbed, but some money was returned, but minus some cash.
Mm-hmm. And why was it returned?
Because of public outcry.
Yeah, so there was a public outcry. Okay, all right. And number 8, Jamie hopes to become a motivational speaker. Is that true or false?
I think it is true.
True, okay. All right. All right, let's go on. We're going to go into phrasal verbs and then bear with me. Let's do this talking point first, and if we have time, then we'll go on and do the phrasal verbs. So let's discuss some of the questions below. Let's ask Alabek, what do you think of Jamie McDonald?
Well, I think he's a very strong man.
Mm-hmm.
He is with good mentality, and he will be motivate the people to do something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And Anatoly, are you showing the website?
I put his name to Google search, and I found some pictures where how he looks like, and is it it is his costume, fancy dress.
Wow.
It's a real person.
Yeah, so it is a real person. You never know with these English material if they're real or not. So. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Anatoly. What do you think about him? What do you think of him? Do you think he's inspirational or stupid, or any opinion?
I think he's inspirational person, and it's very interesting. Not so many people could decide to run for long distance or to make some other extremely difficult actions like sailing on the boat, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. It's his passion. He inspired people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Wei, what do you think of Jamie McDonald?
I think it's he's like a hero of himself.
Okay. Can you speak up a little louder?
Probably my microphone is a problem. I think he's a hero for himself, also for,
Mm-hmm.
for our society. He can do a lot of things that seems like difficult for even ordinary people.
Okay.
It's such achievement as a hero.
All right. All right. Thank you, Wei. I only heard part of that, frankly, because for some reason your microphone is not very loud. So, Ellen, in number 2, how difficult or dangerous would it be to run across your country in fancy dress?
Mm, okay. I think because one of course one country is a very long way to one. Maybe you have to keep some more fancy dress for change
Mhm.
in the journey.
Uh-huh.
So it may be a difficulty.
Mhm.
And also maybe for Jeremy McDonald, I don't see he wear very thick clothes, so that it might be hard to keep him warm when he went across some place that is cold.
Mhm.
So he got frostbite.
Mhm.
But in my country, um, usually hot.
Mhm.
The temperature usually hot. So it's also a problem because the fancy dress cannot guarantee you get very good protection from the temperature.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, the question for your country, would you or are you thinking just Hong Kong, or would it be all of China?
I think it will be a China.
Okay. Because isn't
Mhm.
there parts of China that is also cold, um, like Canada?
Um, for the north side of China,
Mhm.
Beijing, or in more north side of the country,
So,
it has a very big um, difference in the temperature difference.
mhm.
But for the south side of the China, usually the weather is more stable. Maybe between 20 and 30 degree change.
Uh-huh.
So, but it usually hot, usually very warm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So when you said north, it took me a while to figure out what you were saying. So it would try to say north or orth instead of
Oh,
north.
okay.
North.
No.
Try to say
Okay.
the R. Because at first and also degrees has an S at the end. Degrees.
Okay.
If
Degree.
it's more than 1 degree. All right, Jake. How about Puerto Rico? Would it be difficult or dangerous to run across Puerto Rico in fancy dress? Jake?
Sorry, my
No worries.
microphone is messing up. I
Ah,
would say much more dangerous here than in another part of the U.S. More dangerous here than in Idaho.
definitely.
People, carjackings are maybe one a week in where I am. So,
hmm Oh, wow. Okay, so it's very dangerous. But Puerto Rico is small, so would it take like how long would it take?
oh, they always say that Puerto Rico is basically um, like the size of it is some. It's the one I'm trying to think of how would say it. Well, I guess they would. We use kilometers of it in miles. They say 100 by 35. That's the size of the
100,
island. By
100
35,
miles by
100,
35.
100 long or east to west, and 35 north to south. So it would, someone in good shape could probably do it east to west in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, not very long at all. And definitely north to south in 1 day. So
Yeah.
35 miles. Yeah. Um, Yeah, because in Idaho, north to south would be in the widest area. It takes about probably 15 hours to drive, and east to west in the widest area, it takes probably about 10 hours to drive. So it's very large compared to what you yeah, Puerto Rico. Juan, how about Argentina?
I think it will be really difficult because it's a big country. Uh, there are different uh, temperatures. Um, Also, there are mountains, um, and the south part um, is very windy and with a lower temperatures, and the north part is too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why it's very difficult. Also, I think it's very dangerous if you are using a fancy dress
Uh-huh.
here. So
Okay. Right. Now, Anatoly, what about Russia?
I think it could be possible because in one country we have so long distance without visas, etc. It could be possible. About dangerous, maybe it could be comparable with the United States. About fancy dress, I think it is not good idea for
Uh-huh.
my country.
Okay.
I think this superhero dress are not usual for our country, and
Yeah.
people around would look to him as a foolish person like this.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I actually heard about this guy that was running across Canada in flash outfits, and that's exactly what I thought. What an idiot, you know? So, um, yeah. So when you said it would be similar to the U.S., would it be similar to the U.S. or similar to Canada? Anatoly?
What is similar?
You said,
Uh,
well, you said that it would be comparable as far as
Comparable, I mean, dangerous
uh,
could be comparable
to the U.S.
because yes, because it is not safety, maybe not so safety as we could expect, and I think it is similar in Russia and Canada.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that in the States as well, there might be problems, there might be danger, but then there'll be more people that would, if something happened to somebody like that, there would be public outcry, just like in Canada. So, Alabek, how about Kazakhstan?
I think it will be quite possible to do that in our country.
Uh-huh. How long
Uh,
do you think it would take?
I think it takes maybe more or less than 11 months, but Kazakhstan is a big country,
Okay.
not big as Canada or Russia, but yes.
It would take a
Uh,
while. Uh-huh.
yeah.
Okay.
And I think it will be not dangerous actually,
Okay.
but it needs some public support for that.
hmm
Right.
Okay. And Wei, what do you think? What do you say about China?
Uh, I would say if run from east, east west, across China, it's almost impossible because
hmm
uh, for the East China, it's more populated, but for the west side, it's like Himalaya mountains. It's
Uh-huh.
thousands of miles. There's no people, no any residents over there. So I would say it's not possible for the east-west
hmm
across. But
Okay.
for north to south, it's much more possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, excellent. Well, thank you everybody for your participation in this lesson. I hope you learned some new words. I do encourage you to download. The link is up on the Verblink chat, so download the link, and then you'll have about one page that we missed that has some phrasal verbs in it. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys later, I hope.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Sorry.
Bye.